Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels of that history as presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alas, 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lesson must march so inexorably toward the future. Good word. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? Might be hard to follow. Indeed, it may be difficult to understand the flow of events, how one thing leads to another, if you were to trace history in reverse. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind terror orbs has its origins in Area Zero, in case you hadn't already figured that out. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area, and around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were, in fact, terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered the Pokémon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded, and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be the present day, a certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Perfect timing to make eye contact. Young AJ, answer me this. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Seda, obviously. Correct. To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Seda unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. She discovered that the shining crystal down in Area Zero, well, rather, the energy they emit, is what causes Pokémon to terrestrialize. This led to the professor to invent the Terra Orb technology to develop a practical use for it. This technology was then shared with both the Pokémon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. She's very prejudiced about this. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? Thus ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Yeah, cool. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, there's a new kid in class today. Interesting. That new student's not here for exam day, though. I'm gonna have to ask around about her. Cool. Interesting. After you finish all your, each time you do one of the final exams, you get 5 medium experience candies from the teacher as a reward, so you get 35 total, and then I just got 5 large experience candies from Clavel for finishing all my classes. Very cool, very good way to get candies if you aren't somebody who does raids often. Or even on top of it. I mean, why not? Oh, hey, Teach. How's it going? Hey, Jay. The time has come. The cursed treasures, the 4 Pokemon of Ruin. They exist. Yeah, I gathered. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with a carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to steal these treasures of ruin in shrines. There is a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon and 8 stakes driven into the ground. I think I've found one of these once. Interesting. In the areas surrounding each shrine, keep the power of ruin at bay. Yeah, I've run into these before. At least one of them. In other words, if all the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside and give me a chance to catch it. And don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines, AJ? Yeah, if these Pokemon were created from, negative emotions, maybe a well-meaning trainer capturing them would help redeem them? So, yeah. A kind soul, I see. You are proving truly useful. I wish you'd stop talking about me like that. According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. So you have to be a good person, or at least a person who would be good to Pokemon in order to remove them. Interesting. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble at all with that. You could choose for yourself whether to believe me or not, but I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. Interesting. Very interesting. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping out of my classes to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. I'm a little suspicious of you, too. Like, she's using me, but I'm using her to find these Pokemon, too. Like, we using each other. You could think of it as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruin are still treasures, after all. I hope you will investigate these shrines if you are at all inclined to do so. Sure. Oh, it's new, kid? You here to do a little shopping? Yeah, sure. This school store's a nice place. They've got everything you need right here. I'm here to check out the sandwiches they've got for sale. The school store's sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional value, too. What happened to your intensive training? I guess I'm not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm going to take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Alright. Oh, right, I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she does for me. It was my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does. I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people, like she is, but I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What I am cut out for, though, is being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. You really helped me out, new kid. Take this as a way of saying thanks. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Alright then. What should I go with today to get my protein in? Those proteins you just gave me? Well, hello there, AJ. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Crucial moments? What's going on? Well, you see. Oh, hey. Master Hassel, I'm here to collect you. So I see. I'm glad that you finally made up your mind about taking your place as leader of the family. Well, it is indeed true that I've made up my mind. I have made up my mind to continue teaching here at the Academy. How could you? Are you saying you don't care about what happens to our proud lineage? I am saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness grow. Is that a word? I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. What utter nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hassel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need to in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find that you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some story spun up about my father's deteriorating health. I am not so easily fooled. I will return another day. We never get a proper introduction to that character. Maybe she'll be important in DLC. Interesting. I'm sorry you had to see all that. It's fine. I was so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me the courage to say no. That includes you, AJ. Your words truly brought me strength. I cannot think of a way I could possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this, if you will, insufficient as it may be in expressing the full breadth of my gratitude. That's not insufficient at all. That's really cool, actually. Thank you. Now then, let it be clear to all. I, Hassel, will continue on my chosen path as instructor to the youths of our world. Maybe there's a way you could find a balance. I don't know. It's AJ. About that matter with which I need your help. I have discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It is called Sweet Herba Mystica. Yeah, I've heard of it. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you would share some with me. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Do herbs count as condiments, though? Is that what a condiment is? And my dear AJ, Palmy here is as healthy as can be. Cool. Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality, but it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food, or whether there are predators nearby. So even if I were to release it back in the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. Yeah? What do you think, AJ? Where does Palmy belong? With you, obviously. Oh, I didn't expect to hear mon nom, my name. So you think it should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health so I could return to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. Yeah, that Pokemon clearly chose you, man. What do you think about that idea, my little Palmy friend? Hey, it talked! Cool. Palmy, it spoke at last. Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that reply means yes. Oh, my dear AJ, merci. So very, very much for all your help with Palmy. You're welcome. All the more reason you should have this. Here. Rare Pokemon. Ooh. A Meowth. There's Meowths everywhere. I'm so happy, yes. Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. There's Meowths everywhere. Oh, okay, I see. It's that kind of Meowth. Cool. Thank you for this visit, Miss AJ. Do you know what manner of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were, among the youth these days? Like, pretty much anything. I like guys with long hair, honestly. Oh, is that so? I suppose I have indeed seen some of the Academy's male students sporting such a style. Could it be, then, that the pompadour has already had its day in the sun? Like, yeah? Did you not know that? Perhaps I had to consider a change of wig. You wear a wig? That's to say, never mind. Thank you for the insight, Miss AJ. It was most enlightening. Okay, bye. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Oh, AJ, I'm glad you're here. I have some good news. You're not going to believe this, but I passed the health teacher certification exam. Applause, applause. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt, and that really inspired me. Of course, most of the credit for my success goes to my own hard work, though. True. Now you're giving me a push I need to try again, AJ. Of course. Hey, thanks. But they tell me there's no room for to add new classes this year. So I guess I'll keep being Nurse Miriam for a bit. Alright. And just you wait, though. I'll be standing in front of a class at this academy before you know it. I bet. Then I'll teach you all you need to know about health. I bet I'll make a great teacher. I can't wait to see you in my class. Cool. AJ, help me keep an eye out, would you? I've set up a little ambush here for that girl who keeps watching me. She'll be here any second. An ambush? Well, you see, it's not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. And now I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. Ah. It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's been secretly watching me recently. Time? How'd you know Because you are being very obvious. That's how. Obviously. I guess you must have noticed me. I'm so sorry. Well, of course I noticed. You were watching me practically all day, every day. After all, I assume there's something you want to ask me about. I do. I've been a huge fan of yours since your time as a gym leader, and I love rock-type moves so very much. Oh my. But you just recently retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? My goodness, is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, your reason for retiring was never made public. But it's well known among the students here that you just avoid the question anytime it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you don't want to answer, so I just couldn't find the courage to do it. So that's why your gaze felt so very intense. I see, forgive me. So very intense? Never mind that. As for the reason I quit my job as gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. It's not like I dislike being a gym leader or anything of that sort. And quite the contrary, talking about the gym fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. And that's why I always avoid answering the question when students ask. Oh, I see. And do you have any plans of becoming a gym leader again? No, I'm afraid I don't plan to do so. And my sister is doing a splendid job as gym leader in my stead. I personally find being a teacher most enjoyable these days, but since I am in fact your teacher, I would appreciate it if you would call me Miss Time, as students do, and not just Time. Okay, I'm sad to hear that, but I understand. Thank you so much, Miss Time. I suppose that solves the mystery. Cool. Wasn't super invested in that one, but still. That made me so nervous. I said so many things to try to sound cool. I was certainly a little scared when I felt that girl's intense gaze on me. Yeah, I don't know that I like her very much. I must thank you for always showing up just the right time, AJ. Alright, sure. That's useful too. Cool. And with that, and it's freaking raining, seriously. With that, all the class and class-related stuff is done. And I actually enjoyed it for the most part. Like, some of it was a little dull, but it was interesting. And let's go back in here. Just to reiterate, some of these are from other stuff, but 35 medium experience candies and 5 large experience candies from that second half of the lessons. That's really good. And all those Terra shards I got. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to use them yet, but like, that's really cool. In fact, I'm going to use these experience candies right now. Just bump my guys up as much as possible, right? Why the heck not at this point? Alright, I got everybody up to level 69. Nice. And I still have a couple left over. I just want everybody to be at the same level. I also upgraded some of my moves again. Not that one. Not that one. Though I did give Doxbun a wide lens so that my play rough won't miss literally all the freaking time. I made a liquidation for Clodsire, which I'm very excited about. Didn't change that item. Added Hyper Voice, Pollen Puff, and I think I had Dazzling Gleam already. But added some coverage and some extra stab to Arboliva and replaced whatever my first move was. I got rid of Energy Ball, right? It doesn't matter. Replace it with Giga Drain as my Grass Stab. It's not as powerful, but I think it'll work fine as a replacement, especially since I've got the Big Root still. Didn't do anything there. And added Hyper Voice in place of Yawn on Skeledirge so that I could give him the Assault Vest to boost his special defense, because as you can see, his special defense is lower than his defense. He's a tanky Pokemon, so I wanted them to kind of be evened out a little bit, right? Yeah. And with that, I've been well, in character. AJ's been bumming around the school for a while. Asked around about that girl. Turns out she's the leader of Team Star, which has recently been kind of absorbed into the school staff, which is really cool. They'll get to keep doing what they like to do, but like for a good purpose. It's pretty neat. She also got a call from Arvin saying that he found someone to be their tech person, and obviously Nimona agreed to come too. So we have a team of 4, which means the next step is for AJ to head towards Area 0, which she's very excited about. Looks like the Area 0 gate is all the way over here. It's not super close to anything. Medali West is the closest, so let's fly there and head towards it from there. Yep. Somewhere up this way. Grab this item. Fairly useful. That looks like it's probably it. Alright, cool. Guess this is a no dinosaur zone. Yay, over here! Interesting. The place looks old. This is the Zero Gate. It was made so researchers could try to observe the inside of the great crater of Paldea, what folks call Area 0. I know, I took history class. It's our ticket down into the crater. I mean, we could probably just jump if we wanted to, too, right? Oh, and speaking of the crater, you know that Pokemon of yours, the one I gave you? Area 0 is apparently where Crichton was born, or something like that. Maybe you'll be happy that it can finally come back home. Not that I really care or anything. Anyway, our 2 new teammates should be waiting for us inside the Zero Gate. I guess we should head in. Cool. New story. Taking a long time to walk up there. Cool. Very Star Trek. Whoa, kind of dark in here. Hola, AJ. Arvid said there'd be tons of strong Pokemon, so here I am. Yeah, don't pretend like he's the one who convinced you. I asked first. When she heard she'd be getting to battle lots of Pokemon, she was here in a second. You're an annoying little pest at the Academy, but I guess you could come in handy for this. Spoken like a guy who wants to get beaten in battle. Kick his ass. But more importantly, why is it so dark? And where are the awesome Pokemon? Yeah, it is weird that the lights are off. Last time I was here, the electricity was up and running, but now... Hey! Apparently you just had to say lights enough times. Well, now the lights are on. But why? I turned them on. That's her, that's that girl. And it seems like they were on power-saving mode. Yeah, that's right. People have been talking about how she used hacking in part of her plan to bring down her own team. I hacked into the system controls and overrode the settings. No, it's you, the kid with the fluffy Eevee bag. I guess? It's literally on your back. My name's Penny. Well, hey. And we never got to actually talk. I'm Nimona. I'm in Class 1A. You must be some kind of tech whiz. Do you like Pokemon battling, too? You talk, like, way too much. The director introduced us. We need someone good with tech. She's a no-brainer. Anyway, Penny here also agreed in a second when she heard it was to help AJ. I'm not really the adventuring type, but I owe you, AJ, and I'm paying my debts. Yeah, I did help you on the stairs that one time. She's surprisingly old-fashioned like that. And of course, everyone knows me, Harvin. My loves include my myoubae and cooking, and biometric identification in progress. Hello, AJ. I've been expecting you. And your son, right? You remember him, right? It seems you've gathered a group of formidable allies as well. Sorry, who are you? That's my mom, probably. What does that mean? What? That's Professor Seda? Nimona, student ID 805C001, and Penny, student ID 803B121. I thank you for coming. Of course, Professor! Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, simmer down. And you're my girl, remember? I mean, maybe not in person exactly. You could chill. Arvin, did you tell your mom about us? When would I have done that? I've never seen her before in my whole life. To begin with, I'd like to ask you all to make your way down to the great crater of Paldea. You can reach the lower chamber using the elevator you can see to your right. Okay. Mom? Please proceed below. Poor kid. Are they not on good terms? Did you just figure that out? Alright, can't rotate the camera in here either. Let's go. You guys coming? I mean, I could do this myself, probably. Now, AJ's not that arrogant. Hero would say that. AJ probably wouldn't. Big door. Looks like there's tracks here, probably to, like, move supply crates to the end so they can be lowered down. Biometric identification in progress. Identities confirmed. She does not talk like a person. Access granted to lower level. You would open it for us automatically. Not quite. Looks like someone's controlling this thing remotely. Once you step through, you will be above Area 0. AJ, you have brought Hariton with you. Yeah? Thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Hariton's gliding abilities, you should be able to descend into the depths and to reach Area 0. What? Isn't there like an elevator or something? And wait, did you say Hariton can fly? Glide. When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch once again. I hope your trip is uneventful. Routing people into stuff, just like always, or like a bad dungeon master. I can't wait to see what Pokemon live down in Area Zero. Let's go. Yeah, you would say that. Isn't she great? That girl, is she like incapable of fear or what? She's just awesome. Try to get on her level. I guess we'd better go too. Alright, don't leave without me. I don't know if you guys will make it back if you do. This is cool though. Like obviously AJ didn't do the Penny part of all. Come on. The Penny part of all this. Penny's here because of Hero's actions. But like, it's still cool that like you're bringing together all these elements and characters. AJ, ready for the worst? Absolutely. Always. Good, that's all we needed to hear. Get out that Pokemon of yours and we'll be off. It's not really my Pokemon yet. It just travels with me. It's actually like a team of 5, I guess, because Koraidon's like an ally, not a Pokemon, right? Oh, he doesn't seem to like that. What's the matter with it? It's scared of heights? No, he can glide. That's what I'd say. Well, no wonder. Yeah, but no need to be scared if we go together. See? Said best. How does that logic work? Strength in numbers, obviously. Get on! I'm trying! This seems very stupid. I like it, though. It's cute. There we go. I already tried climbing to the top of this once off screen and jumping down, because you could do that. There are unclimbable walls in this game, but the wall surrounding this crater that you're only supposed to get into in the post game is not one of them. It just didn't let me. It worked me back to the top. It's pretty. Little glitchy with distant objects, but pretty. Apparently Nintendo says they're not planning a performance patch for the game. I don't believe them, frankly. And now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice there. She's very sarcastic, that Penny. You okay, bud? He seems really out of sorts. And he's gone. Okay. Cool. It chose to go back into its ball. It's probably just hungry or something. Make it a sandwich then. Wait a second, where's that student council girl? She ran off to fight something, obviously. She's fine. She can take care of herself. What? She's gone. You don't think she... No, she's fine. Hey, everyone, you have to see this! Area Zero is amazing! Hey, babe. Hey, come on already! I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Biometric identification in progress. 4 humans identified. Conditions satisfactory. Vital signs all within normal range. Please start talking like a person, or you're really going to start freaking me out. It appears you were able to make the descent without being harmed. Yeah, sure. Smooth sailing. Who could possibly complain about a landing like that? That is good. Doesn't understand sarcasm. She's definitely a robot, right? We can all agree that she's a robot, right? I had concerns you might fail given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your mom's sarcasm detector needs... See, she agrees! Oh, you were worried about us? That's so sweet! Dude, stop hitting on the professor. We're engaged. You should now make your way to me at the Zero Lab in the deepest part of Area Zero. You know, that place that only a handful of people have ever made it to alive. However... The entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks installed on the exterior, which I cannot unlock. 4 locks. On your way to me, you must visit 4 research stations that were constructed inside the crater. Okay, thanks for the picture. I could have guessed, though, what they look... I mean, there's literally buildings of that type right behind Arvin there. At each station, you will be able to disable one of the locks. Do so as you make your way down. I hope you succeed. Yes, let's disable the 4 locks and get into that lab. Sounds kind of video gamey when you say it out loud, huh? Lamp shading. Come on, time to find our way to the deepest part of Area Zero. Alright, lead the way, sweetie. Or, you know, follow after me, I guess.